Coverage of Championship Week is brought to you by Gate City Bank, Sanford Health, and Shields.
Obviously, we're really ecstatic about the win today. Our guys were really focused today. You could tell it during pregame. You could tell, morning stuff, the last-minute walkthroughs and so forth. Our guys were a really focused group, and I knew they would play extremely well. We jumped on them quickly, which we thought was a real big key. Time of possession was huge, and I know we really owned that the first half, which allowed us to get a big lead, and so happy for Carson to come in and play the way he did. I know a lot of people maybe questioned if he would be rusty. I didn't question it at all. I know what kind of competitor he is. I know what kind of player he is, and just so happy for him. And the other thing, and I think Nick's the only defensive guy up here, but the one thing that I will say is, and some of these offense guys, Zach and Carson, have gone against our defense enough. I don't think our defense gets enough credit for being athletic and fast. We're from North Dakota. All these explosive offenses that we played in the playoffs and stuff, our defense can fly. And that's as good a defensive effort as I've seen from a 4-game stretch in the playoffs. Hats off to Coach Ince and the defensive staff, as well as all these defensive players, because I think we had the best defense in all of FCS football this year without question, especially as the season wound down. So we'll open up for questions.
Yes, we will. We have the mics up here front. Somebody, one of you. Okay.
Tyler Greenwald, NCAA.com. This is for Nick. How important was it to get after Eli Jenkins early in the game and force those turnovers to get your offense back on the field?
Yeah, it was huge. We had stress it the whole 3 weeks that we were practicing and prepping for him. We needed to hop on him early and try and get him to off schedule and stop the run game. So that was huge, and force those turnovers and get our offensive ball back. That's always game plan.
Okay.
Craig Stevenson from AL.com. Also for Nick, what did you see on the play where you intercepted the ball?
Just reading the quarterback's eyes, pretty much. So, just watching film and seeing what they're out and run routes and seeing his eyes.
Up here in the middle.
Mike McCann with KVRR in Fargo. My question's for Carson. When you saw Andrew Bonnet catch that first touchdown pass, what went through your head?
Just felt like old times almost. We actually the same play. I've hit him a couple times, and I was just real fired up. I was fired up the whole day to be out there, and just a lot of fun.
Okay, up front.
Eric Peterson, Forum Newspaper in Fargo. This is for Chris and Nick. In an age of high-powered offenses, to hold 4 consecutive playoff teams under 300 yards total, I mean, how tough is that to do, and what led into that?
Couple things. It's extremely tough to do. Our guys, and Nick will attest to this, we practice an awful lot and show the guys an awful lot of looks so that they're locked in on their fits and locked in on all their assignments. But the other thing from a defensive perspective, when you're holding the football for 41 minutes and the other team has it for 19 and we average probably between 37 and 40 the entire playoff run, it's not that difficult to play defense when you know you're only going to be out there for 3 to 5 plays, get off the field, then go drink Gatorade for 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes. Because that's what our offense has been able to do all through the playoffs. Time of possession is not an underrated statistic, and the more you can wear a defense down, the better it is for your offense, but the better it is for your defense because you're always staying fresh.
Nick, respond.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Coach Ince was saying last night in our meeting that we saw some of those plays over 1,000 times over this 3-week stretch. So, just being prepared and knowing what they're going to run is huge, and just getting those looks.
Let's go right here.
Mike McFeely from the Forum. Carson, were you even better than you thought you could be today? Especially that first half, you were pretty good.
We definitely left some plays out there. But, I felt good. I felt good for the last couple of weeks now, and I think I kind of showed a little today. The rust, people might have wanted to talk about it. I think I showed that. But we had a lot of guys, a lot of receivers making plays out there on the ball, and that was big for me.
I'm up here in the middle. One of No.
Tyler Greenwald, NCAA.com. This is for Carson. How much easier did the defense make your job on offense, giving you the ball back on a few occasions?
Oh my gosh, they were unbelievable. Like Coach already mentioned, all playoffs, the whole season, defense never gets enough credit. They were flying around. They make our life easier. They keep getting us the ball back. They had a couple turnovers for us, helped us tremendously. You know, we made some mistakes. We had some turnovers. I think the interception they returned in the red zone, defense held them 3 and out, held them to a field goal. You know, they just made plays all day and all season, and they're big for us.
Okay, right here.
Mike McCann with KVR again. Coach, question for you. Ultimately, obviously, it wasn't as close as maybe we expected, but Cam Peterson, what can you say about the way he played?
Yeah, unbelievable job by Cam. Nobody's ever lost confidence in Cam. I know a lot of people question whether or not we should have kept him out there, but we didn't as coaches. We see the young man every day. We're around him every day. He's a really mature kid for a freshman, and being around Ben LeCompte has really helped him. And I know this will springboard Cam because he was huge for us today. That first field goal was big. We held the thing for 7 minutes, and he went and drilled it. And so happy for Cam. He deserved that.
Question, Eric Peterson Forum. Question here for Zach. You made the decision around this time last year to come back. Is this how you thought it would end, and you're surprised that you finish your career like this?
You know, going into it, everybody hopes that they can make it back again. But, you know, it was kind of up in the air at this point of if I was going to come back or not. And just looking back at everything that this team accomplished, everything I've been through with all the seniors, everybody that's here, I'm totally glad I made the decision to come back and definitely paid off.
Mike McFeely from the Forum. For you again, Zach, 2-part question. Number 1, 5 titles over your career, 6-year career, but 5 titles, which is got to be unprecedented, at least for other programs. And second of all, just talk about Carson today and how sharp he was and how he found you today.
You know, he looked great out there. You know, a lot of people were doubting him, you know, through the injury the past few weeks. And I don't know how many times I got asked, is he going to play, who's going to start? And, you know, in the back of my mind, you know, he's a fighter. We knew he was going to come out and do his job today. But just having that connection and practicing together just really paid off for today. I mean, it speaks for itself. It's amazing to be part of a team that's won 5, and to end my career with the 5th one is just so cool.
Okay, we have back here and then to you, Jeff.
Ross Uglum, scout, Carson, and then coach. Can you just talk a little bit about the job that Easton Stick did this season in getting you guys here?
Yeah, I think I mentioned it yesterday when we were in here, and I owe that kid so much. You know, that kid, once I went down, you know, we had, all the coaches, all the players had all the confidence in the world in him. He prepared all year long as if he was the starter, and he just took it and ran with it. You know, he did a tremendous job, and, you know, I owe that kid so much.
Chris.
Obviously, we talked about it yesterday. We wouldn't be here without Easton Stick, and you can tell what kind of person Easton Stick is by the article that came out a week ago about his #1 goal was to get Carson a chance to play again. And that tells you all you need to know about Easton Stick. What a great, great young man.
Okay, right. Well, up here for Jeff first. Yeah.
Jeff Kopak, the Forum. Carson, you kind of mentioned it before, but you looked rather animated, I think, before the game. You know, can you get a little sense of your emotions all day today?
You know, I was just excited. Kind of had the first game jitters for me a little bit, just with the emotions and the excitement and the anxiety setting in with that. Sleeping last night was kind of a pain in the butt. You know, but I love this game so much, and I was just so thankful to get an opportunity with these guys and to go out the right way. And just the emotions were just a lot of fun. A lot of fun was had.
Okay, right here.
Chris, first of all, 5 straight titles. How do you put that into words? It's unprecedented. And then secondly, what do you do different? What does this program do that you're clearly a notch above every other FCS program? What do you do?
Well, it is. It's remarkable, the 5 titles. I can't put it into words. I'm hoping someday I'll be able to. But it's remarkable what these guys have done. What we do differently, I don't know. You know, we talk all the time. We'll meet. Nick's the only one up here. But we'll meet in January and we'll talk about staying humble and staying hungry. And will Kramer let you wear any championship stuff in the weight room? No. I mean, we don't talk about that stuff. It's just just attack the process. And for us, we're going to attack the process, which is the off season, and get guys better and better, and win the day next year and keep winning plays. And I don't know. It's amazing. It's these guys, and it's Coach Kramer, and it's our assistant coaches, and it's the culture. It's all the guys that are out there on the field and the alums. Those are the guys that we do this for, and it's remarkable. I can't put it into words. Hopefully someday I'll be able to. Maybe I can finish that last chapter of your book now.
Craig.
Coach, Craig Haley from Stats. As you're talking about that, from year to year, do you have to find different buttons to push, even if you're trying to do the same goal?
Most likely, yes. Everything's a little different. Last year, we had an unbelievable run for 9 in a row, lost a football game, and came back, and we lost Travis Beck and all those other things. And then this year, we lost a couple of football games and lost the best quarterback in college football, not FCS, in college football. And people thought we're out. And we had a young quarterback play phenomenal football, and we ran the ball well, and we played great defense, and then we were able to come back and win in the playoffs. It's amazing what we've been able to do.
Okay, right up here in front.
Dale McFadden with the American Sports Network. Coach, there was a segment late in the game where the team swapped turnovers on three straight plays. Walk us through that segment. How do you account emotion-wise and planning-wise when something's changing that quickly, that fast?
Well, we were able to get 2 of the 3, so it ended up being a good trade for us. But no, we got the fumble, which was really key because they were moving the football. They were a much better team in the second half than they were the first half. Give them credit. I thought they played really well in the second half. We jumped on them a little bit in the first half. And then Coach Polasek drew up a play we've been working on to take a shot with a trick play, and it didn't work. And then Jordan Champion, that was his first collegiate pick. And Champs, you guys have been around. Champs dropped an awful lot of picks, and I love Jordan Champion. He knows it, and I've never seen a kid so excited to make a play. And that's our defense right there, isn't it, Nick? Is just Jordan Champion making that big time play.
Jeff, you're next.
Carson, what's the next few days for you? Are you heading out right now, or you get a couple days, or what do you do?
Yeah, myself and there's actually a couple other ones that are going out right away. I'm heading to California later tonight, and got to enjoy this one first, though.
Right here.
Chris, do you get the sense that other programs are trying to copy what you're doing? Is there anybody else out there trying to emulate what you're doing, playing defense, controlling the clock? Because college football, like Jeff said earlier, seems to be going the other way. Everybody's throwing the ball around.
I don't know. I know this. You can win a national championship by playing a fullback. You can win a national championship by playing under center and working play action and working bootlegs and running the football with success and staying in a huddle and waiting until it goes down to 3-2-1 to snap a football and playing great defense. But no, there's not a lot of people that are doing this. And I don't know if football will change. I doubt it. That's the nature of everything is fast-paced and no huddle, and I get it. But for us, this works for us, and we're not going to change.
Okay, we have a question back over here.
Adam Grosspark, Dallas Morning News. Carson, you're going to be in the Senior Bowl. The Cowboys staff has been announced as one of the coaching staffs for the North team. Have you thought about the possibility of playing with that staff?
I guess I have not. I was extremely focused on this game, and I guess I'll start thinking about it now. So thanks for pointing it out.
and I will say this: I found out Joe Haig was invited to the Senior Bowl last night as well. So Joe Haig will be joining him, and well deserved. Joe's a dynamite player for us.
Okay, right up here, and then Craig, you'll be the last question. Right up here.
Tyler Greenwald, NCAA.com again. This is for Nick and Coach. Either one of you or both of you can answer if you want. Going up against the Jacksonville offense that scores a lot of points, puts up a lot of yards, what do you tell the defense to kind of get them motivated to be able to play at the level that they were able to execute the strategy?
I think we just play for each other, and that's really something that we always push, and playing for the guy next to you, and that's at least what motivates us on the defensive side of the ball. And then limiting the explosive play. We've heard for the last 3 weeks, like I keep saying. But all we hear is how explosive their offense is, and all the credit to them. They are a great team and everything. But that was our motivation too, was to stop them and limit those plays.
Assignment sound, being assignment sound football. Limit the calls that you make. I just listened on the headset. Coach Ince probably made 3, maybe 4 calls. We didn't have a lot of calls today. And if you practice those 3 or 4 calls against everything you see, you get those pictures in your mind, and the kids do a great job of executing.
Okay, Craig, this will be the last question.
Craig Haley from Stats. Zach, can you talk about, over the last 3 months, what it was like to see a close friend like Carson, the highs and lows of what he was going through, and then to see the first quarter and see what was happening for him?
Well, right when the playoffs started, well, I guess throughout the whole injury process, he was always running with our strength coach, Coach Kramer, and before practice started, he's out there getting a sweat on, and all of us haven't even started warming up yet. But so, I mean, he's put in the work during all the practices, even when he's not out there actually throwing the ball. You can tell he totally cares about this program, and now to see him come out in this game, it just showed the team and everybody else what we can overcome. And injuries aren't going to hold us back. We push through and we prevail.